Hello again, and welcome to the Ultimate College of Commerce. Dean Douglas here, sharing you segment 4. And I'm very excited because this is the last segment. This is all it takes. 4 little webinars and take action. So let's get started on segment 4. Our screen share. Segment 4. Do what successful, wealthy people do. Pay little or no income tax. Well, that sounds easy enough to do, but is it really? Please note, we're not licensed to advise anyone on investments. We don't do investments. We do what are called commercial transactions. Remember commerce versus finance back in the very first segment? These transactions yield profits that fulfill Fetus Bank contracts, which allows Brightstar Work Center to buy back your chips. So if you started with $100, at the end of the year, you'll end up with $360. And we're going to teach you how to extrapolate that from $360 to whatever you want it to be. Someday you'll have your own Fetus Bank contract, and certainly that's a good goal to have with many benefits. We actually have many people taking the equity out of their property, I should say, to turn the equity into profit. And so that's quite exciting. You can do it with a savings program, and you can borrow the equity from your property. These are all different ways with which you can move forward to get a bigger amount of money, getting that 10% per annum plus the added no-cost value bonus of 250% in documentary funds that can be turned into USD or, after that, any other currency you want. Now, we're also not licensed to advise anyone on paying or not paying taxes, but we should and can suggest that you pay your fair share. Now, you personally need to decide what your fair share is and then build your own legal and lawful entities, trusts, offshore business entities, to minimize the amount of taxes that you may pay. Now, you can also use the Internet Catalog Club's tax solution protocols to deal with current and overdue taxes. So you don't even have to worry about how much money you're going to make and you're going to have to pay taxes on this. You could very easily utilize our protocol, and if we click on this link, let's bring up the link and show you where it is. So here we have taxes. Taxes Revision 3, Unit $1,000. This is not a purchased, but rather each tax unit equals 1,000 currency units to be paid to taxing authorities on behalf of Internet Catalog Club members. So you can see there's so many extra benefits by being an ICC member. We gave you the $1,000 on credit so that you could take advantage of this protocol. Now, you must be approved by Brightstar Work Center to make your request. The $ represents the currency taxes are to be paid in. So it could be Australian dollars, Canadian dollars, US dollars, it could be euro, whatever. The taxes to be paid may be of any nature: income tax, property tax, value-added tax, import taxes, export taxes, as charged by any taxing authority. Now, only requests to Brightstar Work Center for this service will be reviewed, and Brightstar Work Center must also send an email reference the invoice produced by this request. So you don't have to worry about how to do all this. I do all this as the founding director, partner of Brightstar Work Center. Now, the email must fully identify the taxing authorities to be paid, the reason for the taxes, the currency that is to be used for payment, and banking coordinates for payments to be deposited. And for each payment request described in the email covered by the invoice, a parallel, though possibly separate, living mortgage-free process must be executed. The Living Mortgage-Free protocol may be found in the Anything Store portal of chipscorner.com. There are no direct charges associated either with the taxes protocol or with the Living Mortgage-Free protocols, but advertising commitments and recommendations required by the Anything Store apply. So what does this mean? Well, you've got to get out there and advertise to businesses and individuals how awesome these protocols are, and you must sponsor those people in to receive these benefits. Now, Brightstar Work Center may include with each email an amount that the center wishes to receive for processing the tax payments for members, with currency to be paid and banking coordinates. Each email request will be provided for review by one of the incorporated organizations within the Internet Catalog Club called the Blue Millennium Foundation. They will process the request only if and as approved by the foundation. Brightstar Work Center are counseled to encourage members to prepay taxes and to use tax funding as and when provided as a rebate from the foundation. So you can prepay your taxes for next year. Wow. And I got all this for doing the work of sharing the information with every business and family that I could find? Awesome. However, centers and or members may arrange with taxing authorities for funding to be used as payment for the required taxes. Members and or taxing authorities may establish accounts with one of our banks, the International Bank of Mi'kmaq. You can see the link, and you can also have the International Bank of Mi'kmaq as another great way to have huge interest earnings. If an IBOM account is established and used for the foundation to provide funding for the rebate or for payments of taxes, the foundation will fulfill the request using BVK. BVK is the national currency of the country called Bougainville and is backed by the sovereign wealth of that nation, including gold and other assets. In fact, it's the only country on planet Earth that has a currency that's 100% backed by gold, precious metals, and gemstones. The amount of BVK deposited by the foundation into the International Bank of Mi'kmaq account will equal the value of tax, regardless of currency, as stipulated in the associated invoice email. That is, if requested, the request, I should say, is approved by the foundation. Now, there are three ways that the member or the taxing authority may use BVK. And the protocols found in numbers 57 of Business Opportunities of Chipstash Corner will go on to explain that. To obtain currencies other than BVK, so required by the taxing authorities for payment of taxes, here's what you need to do. If you do not establish an IBOM account for this purpose, if the request is approved by the foundation will use procedures associated with the Anything Store to provide funds requested. These procedures rely on the issuance and processing of what are called FEDUS gold bonds. FEDUS is another bank that we have controlling interest in. It should be noted that this service is authored by the foundation as a means of aiding citizens and governments in difficult economic times. That is, the foundation has no obligation to any party to provide this service and will do so only with full cooperation of the members and taxing authorities, including number one, direct involvement of you as a member and taxing authorities in monetization of these FEDUS gold bonds if currency other than BVK is requested. Number two, direct involvement of members and taxing authorities in the three ways to use BVK if BVK and conversion thereof is such requested. So you'll get all that information from Brightstar Work Center. Now, if you have delinquent taxes, if requested by a taxing authority, Brightstar Work Center may process up to 10 delinquent tax files presenting only one living mortgage-free protocol execution for qualification. The living mortgage-free execution may be selected or instigated by Brightstar Work Center with or without involvement of the delinquent parties or taxing authorities. This is recommended as a free social service that Brightstar Work Center might provide. Now just think of this. So far we've talked about doing what successful wealthy people do. We've taught you how to leverage money, how to leverage time, and now we're showing you how you can eliminate your tax liabilities. But we're also hearing unique things like another bank that we could participate in and what's called living mortgage free. So if you have a home with a mortgage, we can show you how to get rid of that mortgage in short order using our protocols And if you don't have a home, we can show you how to buy a home using the same protocol. Really awesome information that you need to be learning, and so stay tuned for additional training sessions. So back to our final overview here. There you have it. We have 5 simple pages in an overview format. You start here, learn what to do from your sponsor, and come and join us doing what successful wealthy people do using the Internet Catalog Club's Commerce Through Capitalism protocols. Now please get back to the person who supplied you with this website or this information and get your questions answered, and join us as soon as you're ready. Great success in all that we do. Now, if you don't have a sponsor, you can always contact direct at Bright Star Work Center, GDH, at legacyassurance.net for more information. Provide us with your name, your phone number, set up a free Skype account, and we'll be able to communicate with you and get you on board sooner than later. So if that don't light your fire, your wood's wet. Let's get together real soon. And thank you for being with me today. Please review these often, get your questions outlined, and email them to me so we can start a direct dialogue to get you on your educational journey towards being successful and wealthy too. Dean Douglas signing off for today. Thank you for being here. God bless you.